Listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
You have tuned into the Lady-O Show here tonight in the studio. Can you hear me pretty good? Okay, great. I'm here in the studio tonight with Althea Carrington. Let's give a round of applause for her on the studio on this evening. And I'm really excited because her book, new release, it's called Fresh Tomatoes on My Tuna Fish Sandwich. Now, I think that sounds very interesting. Don't you think so? But you're going to be really amazed because it's more than just a tuna fish sandwich. Let's give her another round of applause for her being in the studio on the Lady-O Show. And I'm excited. And I'm really privileged because she had an opportunity to be in my wedding and different things. So we won't go there tonight, but we're excited about her. And I want to take this time to introduce her again, Althea Carrington.
Hello. Yes, I'm Althea Carrington. I am on the Lady-O Show. I am so blessed. I feel so blessed and honored to be on the show tonight. Yes, I was in her wedding, and she couldn't be in my wedding because she was pregnant with her daughter. So anyway, but we couldn't return the favor. But we thank God. I thank God for being here tonight. And I thank God for my book, my newly published book, Fresh Tomatoes on My Tuna Fish Sandwich. So we're going to talk about that in a few minutes.
Absolutely. But we do have a phone call that just came in. So I want to welcome this phone call at this time. Hello, you're tuned into the Lady-O Show on tonight with Althea Carrington, our guest. How can I help you? Hello?
Hi, this is Prophetess Natasha Davis joining.
Oh, hello. Hi. Well, you want to...
I am doing well.
Great.
Calling in from Jacksonville, Florida. But Prophetess Carrington knows that I've enjoyed her book and have shared it with other people.
Awesome.
So I'm excited about tonight's call.
Great. Well, thank you so much for calling in, Tasha.
Thank you, Natasha. Thank you so much for calling in. God bless you.
I want to ask her a few questions. Can I ask you a few questions?
Absolutely.
Great. First of all, thank you for calling the Lady-O Show on this evening. First of all, I want to know, have you had the opportunity to read the book in its entirety? And what was the best chapter that you really enjoyed reading?
I would basically say the first chapter, because when I got the book, I really thought it was going to be a recipe book, to be honest with you.
Most of us.
We know that she's a talented chef, and I really was expecting to get some great recipes, if nothing else. But it definitely, the first chapter of the book really introduced me to really where the purpose of the book, and really prepared me for the premise of her of the entire book. So the introduction and things as a little girl that she really came to enjoy, and just really set the whole stage for life. And from
Absolutely.
that moment, I began to reflect in my own life, and she allowed me to even go back to my childhood as a little girl to pick out the things that really set a stage for the things that I enjoy, my purpose, to identify my purpose in life. And really, from reading this book, there has been a redefining.
Absolutely. I agree with you.
Yeah. So I would say chapter 1, because it really opened my eyes to, number one, it was just prophetic in the sense of
yes.
Things are not always what you expect.
Absolutely.
First of all, and then second of all, she just really opened the door to give wisdom from the first to the last. So I would have to say the first one really what gave me the hunger and the thirst to continue through the end of the book, and just her candidness, just her true candidness throughout the book is, really been
it's just amazing.
The whole eye-opening experience. So I would say that's my favorite.
Great, Latasha. Thank you so much. And I feel the same way you felt about the book. Actually, when I opened up the book, I was expecting the tuna fish sandwich, how to prepare it, how to create it. And then absolutely reading the book, it was so inspiring, so moved with compassion. So thank you for sharing. And I feel the same way. Thank you again for calling the Lady-O Show. Thank you.
Thanks again. Thank you. Love you.
Great. So that's really interesting. See, a lot of us thought it was a recipe book.
Yes.
So you really, let me ask you a question out there, Carrington. Why did you come up with this?
The book?
Yes,
Title?
the title itself.
Okay, well, I first wrote the book, and immediately when I wrote it, I didn't have a title. It was about midway through the book and writing the book that the Lord gave me the title.
Okay.
And He brought my mind back to when I was young, when I was a little girl. And I thought about how simple things made us feel, just really simple things that most of us really don't think about today.
Right.
But it was the simple things that made me feel special. And we didn't have a lot of money. My brother called us poor. So, we lived in the ghetto. But, there are little things that just made us feel special. And we didn't have tuna all the time, but tuna was a very inexpensive meal to prepare. Very inexpensive. So, I just found joy in a tuna fish sandwich. I would sit down, I would dream, I would think about my life, where I wanted to go. I even found myself when I got older, when I graduated, I was in beauty school, and I would go back and go to a deli and I'd get a tuna fish sandwich, sit down at the restaurant, thinking about my life, thinking about things. It just, brought back to my remembrance just all the things that I encountered growing up. It made me just feel good.
Made you feel good.
It was my comfort food.
Comfort food. Okay.
That and a piece of lemon meringue pie.
Well,
too.
all right, and I love lemon meringue pie. Oh my God, I love to make them fresh lemon meringue pies.
Yeah.
So so this was the thing about writing this book or penning this book. It reflected back to your earlier days of your life as a young woman, a young girl.
Sure.
And when I was reading, or I found that you had dealt with, for someone that may have called in, or listening in on tonight, on the Lady O show, we do have Althea Carrington in the studio, and she said she dealt with, at some time or another, the low self-esteem.
Sure,
how can you impact someone or share with someone that may be listening to our show on tonight how to combat low self-esteem, how you was able to triumph over it, and now where you are today? A lot of young people are dealing with low self-esteem. Sure. I had and just before you move forward, I had a young niece that went through low self-esteem, and then they were bullying her in school, and she went through so much, and then later at I think 12 years old she committed suicide. I actually did her eulogy. So how was you able, as a young girl dealing with the low self-esteem, was able to triumph over it all? And give us some pointers, because somebody may be listening that's dealing with it right now.
Sure. Well, low self-esteem for me had been a battle for years. So most people may not even have known that I was really, battling with it, low self-esteem, and maybe sometimes even depression. But some of the things that I did that I knew I could do and was good at, like in my artwork, or maybe in doing hair or cooking food, caring for my family, those things. But what really allowed me to come to the full head of that is being introduced to the Lord and just finding out what He says that I was.
Great.
What He says I could do. It was, difficult at first, but as I released that fear, releasing that fear, sometimes you just have to move past fear, go towards victory, just move towards the cross, and just forget about what, our flesh says that we are and what other people say that we are.
Wow. You have tuned into the Lady O show on tonight. This woman is powerful in the studio, a woman of God. And the one thing that she said, we have to move into God.
Yeah.
And He know what we feel. But what we'll do, we're going to come back again and tune in, and you'll be hearing more about Althea Carrington and how she was able to triumph over low self-esteem. Thank you.
Be exposed. Be exposed. Radio.com.
With hemorrhoids, you cannot have a colonic.
Well, I had hemorrhoids when I had the baby. All that.
Whoa. The moment my son saw a redwood tree.
It's huge!
Is the moment I knew that for him,
You can't even see the top of that thing.
even the sky has no limit.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. Your moment is out there. Find it at discovertheforest.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
When Who Got Bars coming back?
Man, Who Got Bars is supposed to come back on October the 13th.
October the 13th?
Yes, it's going down.
is going down. I heard it was from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m.?
Yes.
Okay. So where can they send their stuff?
You can send it to info@beexposedradio.com.
Or if you need to, you can call us at 410-702-5657.
Already. And you know what? You're going to meet the judge, jury, and executioner when you get on
Exactly.
Who Got Bars. You know, whether you make music, you know, you shoot videos, you take pictures, you know, you make soap. It don't matter. Holla at us. We want to check you out.
And we're going to give you that constructive criticism you need.
Be Exposed Radio.
BeExposedRadio.com.
Be Exposed Radio.
Who got bars?
Be exposed. Be exposed.
Be exposed. Be exposed. Radio.com.
Hi, I'm Joe Perry. And Steven Tyler from Aerosmith, here for RAD, recording artists, actors, and athletes against drunk driving. Yeah, you know we love.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
You have tuned back into the Lady O Show, and I'm excited on this evening again. For those that may have joined on since the break, we have in our studio on this evening none other than Althea Carrington, and she has this new release book called Fresh Tomatoes on My Tuna Fish Sandwich. And just before the break, we had asked her the question in dealing with low self-esteem and how she was able to combat it and triumph over it. And let me hear I want her to share some more with you all, my radio listeners, because somebody out there may be dealing with the struggle of low self-esteem and insecurities. All these fall right into play. And even sadly, I just had heard about the young man that just committed suicide. He jumped off of a bridge. Something drove him there. A well-talented young man, gifted young man. Something drove them to that place. So sometime when you're dealing with low self-esteem, it puts you in a depressed state. It puts you in a place of no return. But she's going to come back and share with you how she was able to triumph. Let's give Althea Carrington a hand here in the studio on tonight.
Thank you, Lady O. Thank you so much. Thank you, Radio, Be Exposed Radio. As I think about, in my book I mentioned about, I went through a period where I thought about everyone in my life who had a little bit of knowledge, a little bit of sense must be right, and I was wrong. Everybody besides me was right. So I kind of easily was able to just step into place and let everyone else make the decision for me. And I finally just had, one day I said, this is enough. Because I saw the mistakes of other people. I saw that other people weren't perfect. I started challenging people's opinions and their thoughts, doctors, teachers. Not everyone is always right. If we do our research, we'll find out that, everyone's not right. So we need to trust ourselves sometimes. If something doesn't feel right, challenge it. Also, talk to someone. I wasn't a talker, but I started just pushing myself. That wasn't my norm. Right. That wasn't my go-to. But I started pushing myself to open up and to talk to people about whatever I was feeling. Not that I was depressed, but what do you think about this? What's your opinion about that? What does the word say about that? Even if it means to seek professional help, we need to do that sometimes. Absolutely. Don't be afraid. Sometimes in families we say family secret, don't tell the family secret, or don't expose this, don't say that about this one or that one. But if it means your life, if your life is on the line, you need to open up your mouth and know that you're doing the best thing possible for you. And I came to that point. That's what happened to me. I stopped trusting everybody else's opinion instead of relying on me and asking God myself what was good for me.
Absolutely.
I trusted people in whatever they said instead of me seeking out what's best for me and asking God, what are you saying about Althea?
Wow.
So, a lot of times we're so comfortable if we're not talkative, if we're not type A people, if we're passive aggressive. So, we need to, you can be passive aggressive, you can still be nice, but stand up for yourself.
You have to stand up for yourself. Absolutely.
God has made us to.
And you have to stand up for yourself. Listen, you are tuned into the Lady O Show. Again, we have Althea Carrington here in the studio with her new release book, Fresh Tomato, on My Tuna Fish Sandwich. Also, listen, if you're listening in and you would like to give her a call here in the studio on tonight, you can call in here at 410-702-5657, or you can feel free to just text a message. Some don't like to talk, just like she just said. You can text us here in the studio at 443-642-9403. Again, you're tuned into the Lady O Show. I'm going to come back and ask Althea Carrington some questions about some of the chapters that really moved my heart and was very dear to me as I was able to really read it and relax. I stayed up till like 3 o'clock in the morning. I didn't want to put the book down, so I was really excited. So listen, Althea, I want to ask you a question about, you shared about the earlier years.
Yes.
Kind of like give me a little bit of description of your earlier years.
Okay, in my earlier years, we had a whole house full of people. And we were very, very verbal. We were loud. We played games in our home. We made our own dinner theater. We made our own games up. We wrestled. We played. But don't let anybody on the outside touch any one of us, because it was like messing with all of us. If you mess with one, you mess with all. So we're a very close-knit family. We went to church. We took our family relationships seriously. As I said before, we didn't have a lot. But I thank God for the days that I saw my mom in the kitchen. I saw her making whatever she was cooking, whether it was cornbread or beans or biscuits or whatever. But I saw this woman work diligently and work so hard, and just to put food on the table. I grew up where my mom and dad were together, and then after a little while they separated. Things just didn't work out. And I also had mentioned the fear that I had, at first when I realized my dad was gone. One day, he was here, the next day he was gone and never came back. And I looked at the blinds, the windows in the living room, and I felt so vulnerable. Even at that age, I felt like everyone could see us and look and peep inside our house. They weren't, but it felt as if they could just peep in. I thought they were going to rob us with everything to take, but I thought they were going to rob our house. I had brothers and all. They were going to protect us, but initially, you feel that vulnerability. But as I said, we pulled together. My mom, I talk about bologna and cheese sandwiches, with crushed potato chips and Kool-Aid. That meal, we didn't have that on a regular basis, but like on a Saturday for lunch, my cousins would come over. We would have bologna and cheese. Right. My brother would get a pound of bologna, a pound of cheese, a few bags of potato chips, and we would take those potato chips and put them in the sandwich and just crush those chips down. Eat that sandwich. It was delicious, some kind of good. Yes, it was. And I remember also the time when Martin Luther King, when he was assassinated. Absolutely. And that time with all of the turmoil that was going on, the looting in the neighborhood, and it just took me back to just recently in April what happened in our own city, Yes. So, a lot of times things do just, kind of surface and come around again. And I just remember that I didn't feel that, at initially our neighborhood, it just, everything just kind of went down.
Yeah, absolutely.
It took a while for us to rebuild our trust. Mm-hmm. But we did lose some really good merchants. We lost some really good storekeepers. But nevertheless, that was in my eyes.
Your earlier years. So let me ask you, what are some of the most impact years of your life? The most impact, the most that you can remember? Absolutely. That was really something that helped you, that you can remember, or it strengthened you. Who played a major role in your life that impacted the impact? Sure.
Well, some of the things that really stand out to me in my book was basically, it was the early years, the formative years. My brother, my oldest brother, was like a dad to us, and I talk about how I looked up to him as being like the father figure. Yes. And once he was robbed after the looting, it was after a period of time the looting had taken place. It was like maybe during the winter months. We had this thing about getting ice cream from Arundel ice cream up the street. And that was a regular occurrence for us.
Wow.
But one day, one Sunday night, because you would watch, the sitcoms now that we call my boys. But he was robbed.
Wow.
And he came back, and I was expecting him to just lose it. Wow. But he didn't lose it. He didn't lose it. He was just bewildered. He was, but he didn't lose it. And I knew we had hope.
Yes, absolutely.
I knew we had hope. He didn't lose it.
Because if he would have lost it,
we all would have cried.
You would have
all would have cried. But that's one of the things that shaped me. Of course, early years being in high school, junior high school, finding out that I had a voice I could sing, and also raising kids, raising my boys, raising my sons. That was something that was really impactful in my life, because I felt like raising them all through school. Every year I graduated at the same time.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And then I also have the moments with my cousin. I call my brother Tony.
Right, I've read that part.
Who passed. And also then my brother McCoy, who after battling kidney failure and kidney disease for a number of years.
And stop right there.
Yeah.
Because we want to take our time and appreciate McCoy Eames, because he was a wonderful man in our lives as well, and he's resting now. But we want to take this time, and I got a little emotional because I'm seeing you, and I'm actually sitting here. And McCoy, he was an awesome man of God, so we want to reflect and appreciate him and his wife and everything. But yes, he was a great man of God. So let's just take time and give a hand clap on behalf of remembering McCoy Eames. Amen. And thank God I'm actually interviewing the sister tonight.
Absolutely.
And I love your brother, because many days we would stand outside and talk in the cold and share. He was an amazing person, just so hospitable and all of the above. Just an excellent, awesome man of God.
A great encourager too.
Oh, he was an encourager.
Often encouraged me with singing. I want to know what I was singing, want to know what I was doing in business. So what made you do that? Why did you make that choice? Why did you do this, do that? So, he was a great inspiration. A great encourager. I didn't really, know and understand the extent of it, but as I look back and I remember, he was such a great encourager, not just to me, but to so many people. I heard then, so many people. Such
he
a
was
great
a powerful
encourager.
man of God, and my husband loved him so dear, so dear. But look out there. If you was to share with anybody your earlier years, now you have moved on to better and bigger things. God has really blessed your life. I remember you as a hairstylist.
Oh, yeah.
You still do hair?
No.
Just
mine.
Just yours.
Just mine.
And she is absolutely looking fabulous here in the
my.
studio tonight. I just want you to know that.
I'm following after Lady O.
We have a call. Okay, we have a call. Great. You have tuned into the Lady O Show. Who am I speaking to?
Hi, greetings. I'm sorry, I need to turn my radio down.
Sure.
Hi, my name is Monique T, and my mom, and we were calling to just express our gratitude for Pastor Al writing her book. It really took us on a journey, and it was very encouraging and very inspiring. And I guess I wanted to expound, like I heard some of the other ladies talk about chapter 1. The introduction was very impactful, and it actually inspired me because she talked about times, I guess, when you may have been trying to figure out where you fit in. And it was very freeing and really liberating to see that you really don't have to try to walk in the shadows of anyone else, but you can stand in a God-like authority or right of your own.
Absolutely.
So I just thank God for giving her the vision to write the book. I enjoyed every page of it, and especially even the comedy that was at the end of it.
I love the comedy at the end. Yes, I agree with you exactly. Great. Now, what else? What was your favorite chapter of the book?
Well, I guess as a literacy instructor by trade, I like different chapters for different reasons, but chapter 1 really instituted a
Isn't that
journey
amazing?
Having an opportunity to walk back through the simplicity of life, because sometimes with the ever-changing things that occur in life now, sometimes we forget about the small things that we used to enjoy before a lot of other things became so commercialized. So lots of chapters, but I like chapter 1.
And that was my favorite as well. Listen, thank you for calling in. We appreciate you, and thank you for tuning into the Lady O Show. Thank you,
Nikki. Thank you. Love you.
Love you. Bye.
Great. Isn't that exciting? It's something about chapter 1, the introductory, because I think it really captivated people's attention almost immediately.
Sure.
And listen, you have tuned into the Lady O Show. Here in the studio with me on tonight is Althea Carrington, and the new release book called Fresh Tomatoes on My Tuna Fish Sandwich. Listen, we'll be back in a few minutes. Thank you for tuning in.
Are you thinking about getting your GED diploma? Well, here at the GED Pep Talk Center, we've got a number of pep talks that can motivate you.
Sometimes things don't always turn out the way you want them to.
You know that feeling? People look at you and don't believe in you.
You want some gentle encouragement.
Then you're on your way to your GED diploma and a better life.
But I know they're probably just a little bit nervous. You can find it in yourself to take that first step.
You can improve your future. You can do this. I know you can.
You need to start pushing yourself.
Now get your game face on and take the first step towards a better life.
Hurry up. Don't make me repeat myself.
Whatever level of motivation you need to get your GED diploma, we've got a pep talk that's right for you. Call 1-877-38-YOUR-GED or visit yourged.org for your pep talk and find free GED classes in your area. GED is a registered trademark of the American Council on Education, brought to you by Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
When you were a little kid and you thought about what you wanted to be, teaching was at the top of your list. But things changed. And as you got older, teaching didn't seem like the best option anymore. So you're thinking you'll be something else. But what would your 12-year-old self say? Now you want to be a doctor. You don't think teachers save lives? 25 at a time. An actress? Try playing a different role every time the bell rings. How about a scientist? Ever heard of physics? Chemistry? Who do you think teaches that? Teachers today are breaking down obstacles, finding innovative ways to instill old lessons, and taking learning far beyond the four walls of the classroom. It's time to recognize that great things are happening in teaching and put it back on your list. Don't try to convince yourself otherwise. You had it right the first time.
Find out how you can make more at teach.org. Make more. Teach. Brought to you by Teach and the Ad Council.
Driving has a rhythm all its own. Don't wreck it with a text. Before you get behind the wheel, silence your phone. Or better yet, designate a texter. For more text-free driving tips, visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
This message is for all of you sitting in the passenger seat. And apologies if it gets a little uncomfortable. But how does it feel to be at the mercy of someone who thinks a random text is more important than your life? Someone who takes their eyes off the road while speeding along in a 3-ton hunk of steel. Freaky, right? Well, why not just ask them to stop? Or better yet, volunteer to text for them. It might be a little awkward,
Wait,
but
believe
me, you'll live.
Learn more at StopTextStopWrecks.org. On October the 13th.
October the 13th?
Yes, it's going down.
It's going down. I heard it was from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m.?
Yes.
Okay. So where can they send their stuff?
You can send it to info@beexposedradio.com.
Or if you need to, you can call us at 410-702-5657.
Already. And you know what? You're going to meet the judge, jury, and executioner when you get on
Exactly.
Bars. You know, whether you make music, you know, you shoot videos, you take pictures, you know, you make soap. It don't matter. Holla at us. We want to check you out.
And we're going to give you that constructive criticism you need.
Be Exposed Radio.
BeExposedRadio.com.
Be Exposed Radio.
Who got bars?
Be exposed. Be exposed.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the station with all the hits and the Talk Lately show weeknights at 7 p.m.
Are you thinking about getting your GED diploma? Well, here at the GED Pep Talk Center, we've got a number of pep talks that can motivate you.
Sometimes things don't always turn out the way you want them to.
You know that feeling? People look at you and don't believe in you.
You want some gentle encouragement.
Then you're on your way to your GED diploma and a better life.
But I know they're probably just a little bit nervous. You can find it in yourself to take that first step.
You can improve your future. You can do this. I know you can.
You need to start pushing yourself.
Now get your game face on and take the first step towards a better life.
Hurry up. Don't make me repeat myself.
Whatever level of motivation you need to get your GED diploma, we've got a pep talk that's right for you. Call 1-877-38-YOUR-GED or visit yourged.org for your pep talk and find free GED classes in your area. GED is a registered trademark of the American Council on Education, brought to you by Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Hello, radio listeners. You're tuned back into the Lady O Show. And here in my studio one tonight is Althea Carrington with the book, the new release book called Fresh Tomatoes on My Tuna Fish Sandwich. And I'm excited. I'm going to let her say some more about this book. And what I want to do is ask her a few questions about the book, the title itself, The Fresh Tomato on My Tuna Fish Sandwich. Again, for those that may have tuned in, and we want you to purchase the book. And first of all, let's do this. Where can they purchase your book?
You can purchase the book on Amazon.com. Or you can also purchase the ebook version on Kindle.com.
Great. So we want you to go out and buy this book. Let's support this awesome woman of God that has penned this book with such excellence. Very detailed. It's a humorous book, very inspiring, make you laugh, tear up. Some things can hit you right at your own personal lives, or when you're thinking about careers and things and what you changes in your life. So she's going to share a little bit about why, first of all, you penned this title and a little bit more. We got a phone call? Okay, we have a phone call. Listen, these people are calling in tonight. Listen, hello, you're tuned into the Lady O Show.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, who am I speaking to tonight?
Hi, this is Tyrene. Hi, Pastor Al.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. I'm not going to tell you ladies that for the past half an hour I've been trying to install this app on my tablet and it has not worked, so
you're on.
I decided to call in and hoped I was calling in at the right time.
Oh, you're fine.
Oh, you are absolutely great.
Hey,
wow. I'm sorry you had a difficult time getting on your tablet.
Yeah, I mean, it's a Samsung Galaxy. The TuneIn app just wouldn't play the radio station, so I don't know.
Okay,
but
well,
either way, I'm glad to be calling in.
Well, let's give her a hand clap anyway, because we're excited you at least called in. So listen, you can give some accolades to Althea in the studio. Great.
Hey, how you doing, Tyrene?
I'm doing great. I wanted to call in and congratulate you on your book.
Thank you.
I think it's a great read. Everybody who's listening needs to go out and get the book. It's a great way to kind of reminisce. Like, we don't always think about our upbringing and things we've been exposed to and things like that. I love the way your book, the whole layout, and how you give the reader an opportunity to kind of search within their past and remember, like, their favorite foods, their favorite times they spent with their family. I just think it's an awesome book.
Thank you, Tyrene. I thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you so much for calling in. Appreciate you. Hopefully you'll be able to tune in again on the Lady O Show. Have a great evening.
Thank you. You do the same.
Great.
She's also a wonderful author as well.
Oh, you're an author as well?
Yes,
so listen, you're going to have to hook me up. Look out for me on what is it? My page. Author Olivia James. I would love to hear more about your book.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. Great.
And I would love to interview you as well. So please look on Facebook. I'm author Olivia James. Also have a page called The Lady O Show. So you get those two pages. Look me up and definitely send me your information. And usually I have authors send me their books, and I'll give you more details or information in regard to that once you hit me up on Facebook. All right?
All right. Sounds great. Thank you so much.
Great. You're welcome. Thank you. Okay, great. We're back here in the studio with Althea Carrington. I want to make sure that those that may have tuned in, who we have in the studio on tonight. Yes. We have another caller. All right. This is a hot show tonight. They're calling in. All right. Listen, who am I talking to on tonight?
Yes, ma'am. This is co-pastor Verlene Harry from Waldorf, Maryland.
Wow. Hello. How are you tonight?
Hello. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Wonderful. I just wanted to call and give a shout out to just a friend in ministry and a mentor to me. I call her Pastor Al. I am just so excited about the level that God is bringing her to and the new endeavors. So I'm just excited about what God is doing.
Well, great. Have you had an opportunity to read the book?
I have, and I think one of the messages that I sent to her is that I was just inspired by the book and the way that she talked about her trials and triumphs. And it just helped me to reflect on the journey that God has taken me to.
Absolutely.
To really just bring everything in perspective, that even though there's going to be some challenges, that all things are going to work out for God's purpose in your life. And so I'm just, I was just excited about it. I know we were talking about different and favorite chapters. There's so many. But one of the ones that stood out to me was when she started talking about her role as the First Lady, and I could relate to that. because it just helped me to realize that if I just be my authentic self, that I won't have to demand respect. It will just come to me, you know.
Absolutely.
And I have my own specific role in the kingdom of God. So.
Wow, that's beautiful. Thank you so much. And I think, you know what, and you just shared something or said something really profound in regard to the role as a pastor's wife. And a lot of times I'm also a pastor's wife. Been a pastor's wife for over 27 years. And we are looked upon as so many different, I mean, it's amazing, but that's a lonely road to walk.
Sure it is.
It really is. Do you agree? I mean,
definitely.
It really is, too. So I tell you, this book is so powerful. I do hope that different ones people will just pick it up and be glad to purchase it and just read it. It will really help impact your life and give you some great things that you can reflect on.
Yes.
So thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you for having me. God
Thank you,
bless
Pastor Verlene.
And you know what, Althea, thank you for that little passage. How do you feel? How many years also you've been a pastor's wife? You share with the radio listening audience on tonight.
31 years.
31 years.
Yeah.
We have another call.
Actually, 30 years. I'm sorry, 30 years.
30 years. Excuse me. We have another call. Okay. You have tuned into the radio show on tonight. Who am I speaking to?
My name is Luann. It's Luann Odie, Pastor Al.
Hello, how are you, Luann? From Syracuse, New York.
New York is in all right now. It's on the phone. Oh, great.
Yes.
How are you?
I am actually doing very well. How are you?
Oh, wonderful. It's good to hear your voice.
Yeah, I just wanted to talk, especially about Pastor Al's book. Sorry, I'm used to calling her Pastor Al.
That's fine.
And she is just, her book, and I have a hard time relating to pastors' wives sometimes.
Yes.
I know that as your pastor wives, it sounds bad, but it's hard for us to relate. But I've got to say, Pastor Al, the first time I met her, I'm sorry, I thought, oh, she's just another one of those pastors' wives. I really did.
You had a rude awakening.
I got to know her personally, and then reading her book, it's like I really got this connection with her because there's so much in her book that kind of mimics a little bit of my life growing up. So it's been really a blessing.
That's beautiful.
Amen.
Absolutely beautiful. And so all pastors' wives is not what people project them to be, you know, but that's really amazing.
Yeah, isn't it really? I know. Yeah.
Wow. Thank you so much for calling the Lady O Show. We appreciate you all the way from New York.
Yes.
Calling in from New York.
Thank you, Luann. I love you so much.
Okay. Love you too.
Okay.
Pastor Al.
Great. And have there been some challenges with you being a pastor's wife out there?
Oh, numerous, and all because probably in going through those years of really not knowing who I was, and I did go through probably a number of years, probably wishing I were someone else. I looked like this person, I spoke like this person. Wow. I wish I was a preacher like this one, or a singer like this one. And you know, one day I just really begin to really connect with God. I've always had a relationship since I was 17. But when I became a pastor's wife, I was forced to really seek God. I mean, seek Him for myself, my relationship with Him.
Absolutely.
And, you know, but it was comfortable to imitate someone else or want to be like someone else. But I had to find out the hard way that it was okay to be me. And I did not have to be like this pastor's wife.
Right.
I didn't have to do everything she did or the way she did it or the way this one did it. I sought the Lord for myself, and the Lord told me, this is what I want you to be.
But see,
this is who.
That's really good because I that's me. I just want to be me.
Yeah.
Nobody can beat me being me.
True.
I love me. I love who I am. I'm authentic. What you see is what you get.
Right, exactly.
And I had to find my way being a pastor's wife because in the earlier years, I had a lot of people that just couldn't receive me because back in the day, you couldn't wear the earrings, you couldn't wear this, you didn't wear the lipstick, and on and on and on. Sure. But years later, I said, this is who I am.
Right.
You know, I mean, we didn't get a manual to become a first lady.
We didn't.
There was nothing created that way. It comes through error. I mean, sometimes
Sure.
we make mistakes,
Yeah.
and then sometimes people think pastors' wives are stuck up or whatever. But I'm down to earth. I love the
Sure.
people of God. I love who God has blessed my husband to pastor and minister, and I love myself. And you have to love yourself, and you
do.
have to know who
You
you
do.
are.
You have
If you
to.
don't know who you are, you're going to struggle
have
with
to.
people.
Exactly.
You're going to be this person one Sunday, that person. It's like
That's split personality.
that's split personality, because people want you to be this to them or that. When you begin to come into knowing who you are as a person, then you can move freely throughout
Yeah.
dealing with the people,
Exactly.
communicating
Exactly.
with them. But you have
Exactly.
to know who you are, and that's just not only a pastor's wife. That's an individual.
Exactly.
Anyone. Be
Exactly.
who you are. Be who God has created you to be.
Exactly.
Don't try to be no one else, because you'll lose a lot of energy trying to be somebody else.
true.
So
And you can't keep up.
You can't keep up, because they'll have you here on a puppet on a string. So learn to be who you are. Seek God.
Yes.
Get in the face of God.
That's right. That's
and
right.
God will
That's
show
right.
you
Yes.
who you are, and He'll make
Exactly.
you wonderful, because we are wonderfully and fearfully made.
That's
God
right.
will do whatever's needed to do to make you
Exactly.
who you are.
Yes.
And I tell you, when you get in the presence of God and get on your face, God will show you
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah.
And we improve ourselves. We take care of ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
We do whatever we have to do, because just being women alone, it's a struggle
Sure it is.
with everyday life. If you're
Yeah.
a parent, if you are, different things, it's just a struggle in itself. And we have to find ourselves.
Sure.
And I'm telling you, when you find yourself and God blesses you, you'll never have
makes
to worry
life
about it.
easier.
It makes life easier.
Easier.
You don't have to worry about being nobody else. Just be who God has
Didn't say it'll
created
be
you.
perfect. Not perfect.
Come
And
on.
It'll be easier.
Absolutely.
Yeah, easier.
So that's one of the things, and that's amazing that she really talked on that part, the pastor's wife, because sometimes people want you to be everything but yourself, and you will lose yourself after a while. Excuse me, and just be tired
Yes.
of pretending.
Yes.
And it'll wear you out. You have a chapter in your book, and I didn't want to go too far down.
Sure.
So I want them to really get the book. I want them to get the book, but I want to hear about the fresh tomato extra. Yes, she got jokes. Please.
Yeah. I told my husband one day, I want to, be a one-woman show and actually do jokes. No, I'm just teasing. No, I really am serious. I'm serious. He said, no, baby, don't do it. But, there are some hilarious things, there are some hilarious things that have happened in my life that I remembered, and people said, don't do it. I'm like, no, I really want to do it. I want to do it. Because the whole idea of the book is I want people to know, everybody has a bad day here and there. Everybody has a challenge. Everybody has not been dealt the hand that they would have liked to, but you can still win with the hand you've been dealt. So that's the whole idea of fresh tomatoes on my tuna fish sandwich. Now, the joke part are my real life experiences. And so I shared them in the back of the book. In particular, I have an experience that happened with me. I just moved into this home, and I had a repairman that came to the house, and I was so embarrassed because there were things everywhere. And I said, "I'm sorry, the maid's this is the maid's day off."
Right.
And he said, "Well, some people can't have, some people can't afford it." I'm like, "No, sir, he just kept on going. Some people can't." I'm just like, Jesus, I just let him keep talking because I couldn't get to him. I don't have a maid, sir. I was just embarrassed, but I just share so many experiences.
Right, that is amazing.
Yeah.
But the experiences of life have helped you to improve your overall, as far as life as you move forward, going in the right direction. Yeah. But you do have to laugh at some of the things in life.
You do.
You can't be serious all the time.
You have to laugh at yourself.
You have to release.
You have to release. You have to let it go.
Absolutely.
And all my life, my husband, he can meet a person on the parking lot of King Dominion, slap your hands, but you're ready to get to go home and say bye. I'm looking at somebody, I'm like, who is that? He said, oh, I just met him. And I'm thinking, oh my goodness, how in the world do you do that? How do you just, meet somebody and you're on first name basis, talking about the Ravens and talking about the Patriots, whoever, so this book has helped me because I know I do take life, too serious sometimes. I have. But, now I make a blooper, I make a this, that. I'm like, hey, well, I'll do better next time. know, it's like you make a cake, it don't rise.
It don't
you know, it fell.
right,
so I'm like,
absolutely.
I'll do it again next time better. I'll look at that recipe again. Or you know. So, you know, let's not take ourselves so seriously. Thank God He gives us a new day.
New day.
You know, every day, new mercies we see. He's given us a new chance, a new day, a fresh new day to do it better than yesterday.
Beautiful. And I tell you, I hope that you're tuned in tonight on the Lady O Show. We have in the studio tonight Althea Carrington, her new release book, Fresh Tomatoes on My Tuna Fish Sandwich. And you still have time to call in into the studio. The number is 410-702-5657. And if you don't want to call in, if you just want to send her a text message, just congratulating on her and her new book, you can text a message here in the studio at 443-642-9403. If you want to Twitter or tweet or whatever, you can do at Be Exposed. You can just tweet us if you would like to, and later we can go out and actually look at it. Or if you want to tune in later, you can download and look and listen to the show again. We're just so excited to have her in here. The book is absolutely awesome, very inspirational, very uplifting, very encouraging, and I'm telling you, you need to get the book. I'm going to have her to tell you where you can purchase the book at again.
You can purchase the book on Amazon.com, or you can purchase it through ebook format on Kindle.com.
Great. And listen, she has some great titles in it. This book called Destiny for Greatness, Careers and the Stuff in Life, Motherhood, Dignity and the Stuff in Life, Out of Your Mouth of Babes. She had some wonderful chapters that will really bless you. I tell you, just amazing how she was able to pen this book. Althea, what is your next venture? What are you working on now or coming out? Are you coming out with another book, a workbook with Fresh Tomatoes? Or what are your plans?
Well, plans are doing some traveling, doing some more book signings, book tours.
Great.
Writing more books, of course.
Awesome.
Going to be working with a group of young ladies next year and just developing them with a cotillion. I'm at our ministry. So we're going to be really busy. It's going to be a really busy, exciting year. Yeah.
Great. Let me ask you this too. We're going to wrap it up. Listen, you have been tuned into the Lady O Show. Again, our special guest on tonight, or we'll come back. This is a break. Excuse me, we're going to come back. I thought 8 o'clock. I knew it couldn't have been 8 o'clock already. I know we've been moving the train. But anyway, we're going to come back at you again. We have Althea in the studio. We'll come back and finalize it. We're going to have her husband to come in and share about the church, the ministry, and we're moving in that right direction. All right? Thank you.
Come on back.
Only in the forest can you see this. But nothing beats the moment you see that.
Cool!
That's your child's eyes opening up to a world of possibilities.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. And you might just see this. Visit discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
When Who Got Bars coming back?
Man, Who Got Bars is supposed to come back on October the 13th.
October the 13th?
Yes, it's going down.
It's going down. I heard it was from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m.?
Yes.
Okay. So where can they send their stuff?
You can send it to info@beexposedradio.com.
Or, if you need to, you can call us at 410-702-5657.
Already. And you know what? You're going to meet the judge, jury, and executioner when you get on
Exactly.
Who Got Bars. You know, whether you make music, you know, you shoot videos, you take pictures, you know, you make soap. It don't matter. Holla at us. We want to check you out.
And we're going to give you that constructive criticism you need.
Be Exposed Radio.
BeExposedRadio.com.
Be Exposed Radio.
Who Got Bars?
Be exposed. Be exposed.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
We're rewarding you for something you already do, listening to us. It's radio loyalty, and it's an easy way for you to get free stuff. All you do is sign up. Go ahead and click the banner now.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
You have tuned back into the Lady O Show. And I'm excited again. Our special guest on this evening is Althea Carrington with her new release book, Fresh Tomatoes on My Tuna Fish Sandwich. Well, not only am I excited about Althea being here, but her husband has joined us in the studio, Bishop Carrington. And let's give him the opportunity to just share. And I know he's excited about his wife's new release, so he's going to just share some great accolades in regard to his wife. Let's receive him. Woo, woo, woo!
God is good, isn't he? I am, as my baby, and I'm very proud. First of all, good to see you, elect lady.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
your husband out there.
Yes.
We love you, and over the years, we thank God for you.
Thank you.
I am so proud of my wife. I remember the processes, the late nights, and sitting up, writing a book, asking me to read it 50 times.
Yeah. Wow.
I am extremely thankful,
Beautiful.
God, for what He used her to do.
Awesome.
I'm grateful because she did not allow anything to stop her. There was things that were thrown to discourage. Not, I don't think intentionally, but everybody was trying to pigeonhole the book. And she wouldn't allow that. She just wanted God to use her.
Wow. Yeah. Beautiful.
And I am extremely proud of her persistence. I'm proud of her being able to do this, her first book. And first of many.
Amen. Speak that.
And I am just thankful to be a part of it.
Great.
You know,
Awesome.
I came to push her.
Beautiful.
So I didn't really want to come in, but I was threatened if I didn't.
Wow. Isn't that wonderful? Well, Bishop, let me ask you this while we're on the air on tonight. And again, you have tuned into the Lady O Show, and we have some special guests here in the studio. And I'm just excited. Long friendship. I tell you, it's just amazing with these two people. And I'm really proud of both of them. He's an awesome man of God, a bishop. And I just want you to share with the radio listening audience where you're located at and what are the great things that are going on and where are you going moving forward with all this great excitement on behalf of your wife.
Well, I am pastor of Life Builders Church. I'm senior pastor, 4820 Seton Drive in Northwest Baltimore. I'm also the presiding bishop of the Full Gospel Christian Fellowship, National Fellowship of Churches, and very proud. You heard from some of them tonight. I didn't know they were listening.
Beautiful. From and, different states. They were calling in from different states.
Yes, and I'm thankful for just the love. We don't call it a fellowship. We call it a family.
Wow.
And Full Gospel's a family. Life Builders is a family. And we're doing a lot, as far as outreach to the body. I mentor fathers, mentor young men.
Beautiful.
Don't always get on publicizing that because, you just do what you do.
You just do what you do.
Right. And our church is very active in doing ministry. I have a book coming out. And
awesome.
My wife happens, this is not my first book, but she happens to be my boss now.
You hear that radio listening audience?
She started her own publishing company, so she's going to be publishing my book. So I'm excited about that. And I'm just thankful for us personally being able to minister.
Absolutely.
And do ministry. So again, I'm here to push her. Tonight is her night, but I could not be who I am without her.
That's beautiful.
And Life Builders Church, Full Gospel, was blessed because of her.
Wow.
And I just praise God for people that appreciate it and appreciate helping us in ministry and we helping them in ministry and just life that God has blessed us with. So. And I thank God for you all.
Well,
you all hung in there a long time and been faithful. I think my wife was in your wedding.
Yes, I was.
Just talking about that earlier.
She couldn't be in mine because she was
right, you
yes, absolutely.
Right. But I am very thankful for the years.
Thank you.
And thank you for this.
Yes, thank you. And I'm really grateful. And I'm excited because we are a syndicated station. People are hearing you all over the world.
Wow. Amen.
You can even after we go off of the air, you can go back for those that did not have the opportunity to hear about this awesome lady that released this new book, Fresh Tomatoes on My Tuna Fish Sandwich. You can actually go out and download and listen later to the show and we will make sure you get a copy of the show as well. But this is a great opportunity because you never know who's listening that will give you an opportunity to come into your churches with these books. Again, out there, can you give us the opportunity to share where someone that may have tuned in a little later, where they can pick up this book or purchase the book or whatever? Can you give us that information?
Sure. You can purchase the book on Amazon.com or Kindle.com if you want it in the ebook format.
And what I'm excited about, well, since the bishop is writing a book, I'm going to have him back in the studio. So I'm excited about that. You know what? We have to learn how to support each other's efforts and push each other. When doors of opportunities become open, let's find a way to help get them out there and the information, because that's important. Information is very powerful. And this book is very powerful. Like I said, when I picked it up, I thought I was getting ready to learn how to make tuna fish sandwiches and make sure the tomatoes are fresh, all right? Because I love to cook myself, and Althea's a wonderful cook. Let's appreciate her for her style of cooking.
Thank you.
Excellent cook. I'm telling you, I look at your pictures and
I
you
look at your pictures.
Me.
I like yours.
And
you
I
like
love
mine.
her. So you know what? You never know what's on the horizon for
That's
Lady
true.
O and Althea.
Hey.
Lady A and Lady O.
I was thinking of the same thing. Oh, wow. Hey.
So you're going to be hearing a lot about us. We're definitely a force to be reckoned as far as what we have to do as far as empowering other women.
Amen.
You don't have to be insecure or harbor each other's
right.
gifts. We can
right.
help support each other's gifts and encourage them and support. So that's what I'm all about. And I'm telling you, this has been a great show on tonight. We have a few more minutes out there, and I want to ask you just something. I love out there. I'm not calling you pastor tonight.
That's okay.
This is girl night tonight.
Go ahead.
Bishop just stopped in. All right.
Yes, that's fine.
And so, but I've reverenced the God in you, how you love the Lord, and you a singer, you sing.
Yes.
And just so gifted in so many other areas of your life. Let me share a little bit about the brand new. The brand new, when you pinned that brand new in the book.
Sure, brand new. I was a teacher, a junior teacher at a cosmetology school. We went to a trade show in New York City, and I was so tired that day, just had a busy weekend. So I just wanted to go see some of my friends in the industry and say hi, and just kind of, have a really good lunch that day. So I have this in my mind, this idea, and I'm getting off the bus. There are two sisters that are, they just latch hold of me. They want to follow me everywhere I go. I said, listen, I'm going to have lunch at a really good place. Sure you got the money. So, we go to eat lunch, and I find out they don't have the tip money. So, and I left my umbrella in the restaurant and had to go back and get it again after, I tried to clean it up, but then, the gentleman, the server, was saying something in Italian. I'm sure it wasn't too pleasant.
Trust me, it wasn't.
But I just said, hey, if you're going to hang out with the big dogs, just make sure you don't act brand new.
Right.
Act like you know.
Act like you know. Well, that was amazing. That was a nice gesture right there. Listen, you have tuned into the Lady O show here in the studio. My special guest, again, is Althea Carrington. The new release book was Fresh Tomatoes on My Tuna Fish Sandwich. I need you to go out and purchase that book. Awesome woman of God. Again, the church is located. If you would like to meet her on a one-on-one basis, speak to her, please give us that information again, Bishop.
Yes, again, it's 4820 Seaton Drive in the Seaton Industrial Park off of Northern Parkway.
Great. Thank you. Again, stay tuned for next week's show. We had some awesome guests coming into the studio. I know October was Domestic Violence Month, but we wasn't able to get them in. But we're bringing in an awesome show with some awesome guests coming in from out of town. We have Carmel Williams and different ones. So we're excited. So again, tune in next week. We'll be back. The Lady O Show.